Welcome to the Social Lens and thank you for watching. Politics and money have long been intertwined, shaping the dynamics and outcomes of political processes in countries around the world. South Africa, a country known for its complex political landscape and transition from apartheid to democracy, is no exception. This video examines the influence of money on politics in South Africa, exploring its impact on political campaigns, party funding, policymaking, and the overall democratic process. Firstly, political campaigns are heavily influenced by the role of money, which holds a pivotal position in enabling political parties and candidates to effectively communicate their messages, expand their reach, and mobilize support. This influence is particularly noticeable in South Africa, where the impact of financial resources on campaigns is palpable. Affluent individuals and corporations possess the capacity to provide substantial funds to political parties or candidates, granting them a considerable advantage in terms of advertising, organizing large-scale rallies, and conducting grassroots outreach initiatives. Consequently, parties or candidates with access to significant financial backing often wield greater influence over the political narrative, thereby overshadowing the voices of those with limited resources. As a result, this dynamic creates an imbalanced playing field and raises legitimate concerns regarding the genuine representation of the people's interests. The infusion of money into political campaigns allows well-funded parties and candidates to dominate the political discourse, shaping public opinion and prioritizing their own agendas over those of less affluent competitors. This financial advantage can lead to an unequal distribution of political power, as parties with deeper pockets have greater resources to deploy for their campaigns, swaying public sentiment in their favor. The overwhelming presence of well-funded campaigns can stifle the participation and impact of individuals or groups that lack substantial financial backing, silencing their voices and relegating their concerns to the margins of the political arena. Consequently, this exacerbates existing inequalities within society and raises questions about the fairness and inclusivity of the democratic process. In order to ensure a more equitable political landscape, it becomes imperative to address the influence of money in political campaigns, fostering a system where ideas, values, and the will of the people take precedence over financial resources. Secondly, the issue of party funding in South Africa has become a contentious topic, sparking widespread debate and controversy. The absence of transparency and accountability in relation to party financing has given rise to significant concerns regarding potential corruption and the undue influence it may exert on political decision-making. The lack of clear regulations and robust disclosure requirements creates a breeding ground for opacity, making it challenging to track the sources of party funding and ascertain the motivations behind financial contributions. This lack of transparency leaves open the possibility for wealthy individuals or organizations to wield disproportionate influence over political parties, potentially compromising their independence and the integrity of their policymaking processes. Consequently, in order to establish a healthy and transparent political system, it is imperative for South Africa to implement comprehensive campaign finance reforms, including stringent regulations on donations and the establishment of transparent reporting mechanisms. Addressing the issue of party funding requires the implementation of concrete measures that ensure transparency and accountability in the financial operations of political parties. This entails enacting regulations that mandate full disclosure of donations, including the identification of individual contributors and the sources of funding. Additionally, it is crucial to establish an independent oversight body or mechanism to monitor and enforce compliance with these regulations, fostering a culture of transparency and curbing the potential for illicit financial activities. By instituting such reforms, South Africa can strengthen its democratic processes and restore public trust in the political system, ensuring that parties are driven by the genuine interests of the people rather than the influence of undisclosed donors. Thirdly, is the issue with policymaking. Money has the potential to shape policymaking in South Africa, as those with financial resources often have greater access to policymakers and can exert pressure to advance their interests. Lobbying and campaign contributions can influence policy decisions, resulting in legislation that prioritizes the needs and desires of wealthy individuals or corporations rather than the broader public. This dynamic can perpetuate socioeconomic disparities, undermine democratic principles, and hinder the progress of much-needed reforms. South Africa must guard against undue influence by implementing robust mechanisms for public input, ensuring broad-based consultations, and promoting transparency and accountability in policymaking processes. Lastly, is money's influence over the overall democratic process. The influence of money on politics in South Africa raises concerns about the integrity and fairness of the democratic process. When money holds disproportionate power, the voices of ordinary citizens can be drowned out, leading to a democratic deficit. The ability of wealthy individuals or corporations to finance campaigns and support specific candidates can distort electoral outcomes and limit the diversity of representation. This not only erodes public trust in the political system but also undermines the legitimacy of elected officials. To safeguard the democratic process, South Africa should prioritize comprehensive campaign finance reform, establish clear rules for party funding, and enhance mechanisms for public participation and oversight. In conclusion, the influence of money in politics is a pressing issue that South Africa must address. The significant role that financial resources play in political campaigns has created an unequal playing field. This raises concerns about the true representation of the people's interests and the fairness of the democratic process. If you found this discussion informative, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content.